Avatar 2 is great, and I remember none of it. There's nothing like an Avatar movie that makes me sit through 3 hours of something that I somehow both greatly enjoy, but also know that I will not remember a single piece of it by the time it's done. When I went into the movie, I had the expectation that it was literally just going to be 3 hours of CGI water looking really, really pretty, being like, oh, look how pretty we can make this. And then I went into it and I was like, how does this water look better than real life water? How does that make sense? James Cameron kept saying in interviews that like you're gonna want to see this 8 million times. And while I agree it's a really good movie, I probably would never ever watch this again. Part of that is due to the fact that I have the attention span of a squirrel and I cannot pay attention to something for 3 hours, let alone something I've already seen. This movie is the most impressive movie I've ever seen because never before have I been so entertained by 2 hours of literally nothing happening. Like, nothing like changes anything. Like all this stuff makes you think that the final battle is going to be any different than any movie that has a final battle in it. But no, by the end, all the good guys are still on the good guy side and all the bad guys are still on the bad guy side. There's like one thing that happens that makes it a little bit different because of the events that happen in the middle. But at the very end, it was kind of just setting up the set pieces. Like we get to know all of the little animals that they ride because that makes it more important that they die. But like that doesn't make any sense because people who don't care about animals aren't going to care. And then people who do like animals would have cared if they didn't even know the animal. So I literally don't remember any single character's name except for Spider because that's such a weird name. And Jake Sully because they say it 8 billion times. And I watched the first one back to back before I watched the second one. It was impossible to figure out how good this movie was before going to see it because everyone who liked the movie just hated the Avengers movies and everyone who hated Avatar just loved the Avengers movies. And so there was no way to tell how good the actual movie was because seemingly no normal person who didn't have a stake in the ongoing war between the Avatar fandom and the Avengers fandom saw the movie and posted their opinion about it. Like from what I've seen online, people went in having an opinion already on the movie. It did not matter what the contents of the movie was. I wanted to know how good was this movie. They are two completely different movies in almost every single way other than the amount of money they made. This is like watching a Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie and then you're just like, this is all right, but The Office is way better. Anyways, yeah, it's really pretty. It kind of just feels like what I imagine drug trips are like. You're just kind of entertained by everything that's going on in front of your eyes, and the final battle is really actually genuinely good. But I don't remember anything that happens in the middle of the movie. Teenagers hang out and fight sometimes, and then the adults hang out and fight sometimes, and that's kind of it for both sides. Anyways, this movie was trash. Avengers sweeps.